Once upon a time, in a place called Baghdad, there was a boy named Sinbad. He was the son of a rich merchant, but he lost his fortune. Sinbad loved the sea very much, and Sinbad decided to take a trip to the sea. This trip continued for a long time until he finally found an island to rest on. Then, as they prepared to eat, the island began to move. It turned out to be the back of a large whale. The island had slept on him for so long. While Sinbad was trying to reach the ship, he fell into the sea, but his companions were able to reach the ship. Sinbad continued swimming until he reached land. When he arrived, it turned out that he was in a certain kingdom. The king's soldiers received him and took him to the palace to tell his strange story to the king. His story impressed the king, and he made him a job offer to work in registering goods. When he began to feel bored with the job that did not involve traveling on the seas, by chance Sinbad was registering the goods of a man who had come from Baghdad, and asked the merchant to take him with him to Baghdad when he returned. When Sinbad returned, he wanted to work in trade, so he crossed the seas again, and he did just that. While he was sailing, he found an island and set anchor to stay on it. Unfortunately for him, after he returned from a tour of the island, the ship left without him. In desperation, he found a huge egg, and while he was discovering it, a large bird came. Sinbad tied himself to this great bird to return to Baghdad. The bird landed again, but Sinbad was not very happy because he fell into a hole and snakes appeared, but Sinbad survived because the snakes were afraid of the bird. Sinbad looked around to notice rubies filling the place. Then he saw a large piece of meat, which someone had thrown into the hole, and a clever idea came into his mind, to attach himself to the bird again, because the bird will take the food for its young and take it out. When he got what he wanted, he found at the bird's nest the person who had thrown the piece of food, who was a ruby merchant. Sinbad thanked him because he saved his life because of that, and Sinbad gave the ruby to the merchant.